And now, the playoff edition of Donny Boast Weekly Football Flash with your host, Donny Boast.
Ladies and gentlemen, we've reached the playoffs. Finally and forever, they're here. After what was a very boring regular season with tons of injuries, especially at the top spots of quarterback across the league, crappy coaching, most of whom are going to get fired. We've already lost Jack Del Rio after a toilet flush season for the Oakland Raiders. My goodness, here we are at the playoffs, and the NFC picture looks mighty exciting. Of course, the action will begin with the wild card round starting next week, and we have the matchups for you here. We open with the Tennessee Titans and the Music City Miracle back in action again against the Kansas City Chiefs in Kansas City. That game smells like boredom, but nonetheless, someone's got to win and someone's got to lose. The lines aren't out yet necessarily, but here on the Donny Boast Show, we will handicap it. We will handicap it for you here. We like the Chiefs minus 4.5 with an over-under probably somewhere around 42.5. I think this game does go over, and I do think the Chiefs should cover. Then again, they might chef it up as they do from time to time, and whenever that happens, we just shake our heads and go, well, I guess that's what we deserve for rooting for the Chiefs. The NFC picture, of course, as we said in the opener, is the exciting one. The Atlanta Falcons are in. The Rams are in. The Panthers are in. The Saints are in. The Vikings are in. And, of course, the Eagles have the top spot, even though they don't have their top man, Carson Wentz. But what's there to say? The Philadelphia Eagles home field advantage? I can't even remember the last time that happened. They'll be excited out there in Philly, and we should all be too, because that's just going to look good and feel good and be fun. But starting things off on Saturday, the Atlanta Falcons trying to resurrect themselves from 28-3 at Los Angeles and the Rams. It is a night game. I don't know if that means anything other than the fact that the Rams haven't really played a night game in a very long time in Los Angeles, if ever. Since the 70s. Very interesting. Nonetheless, it'll be in the old Coliseum, and it turns out to be an interesting matchup because the Falcons have tried to shake off their history now and come on strong in the last couple of games of the season. They beat the Panthers, and I don't know if that says much because the Panthers are very overrated as far as I'm concerned. But nonetheless, the Rams have their work cut out for them here on some level because they're a young team. They're going to be a nervous team. The Atlanta Falcons are the veteran team. They're really playing with house money. They have nothing to lose. And it should be a good game. It should be an exciting game. I have it handicapped at 4.5 for the Rams, 47.5 for the over-under. I do think it'll go over. I think both teams will get into the 20s. It'll be 30-24 Rams as far as I'm concerned. And I think the Rams again. I think they're going to do it just because I think they're just better. And Todd Gurley will come to play. They'll rely on what they do best, which is run the football, set up play action, get Goff going. They'll be playing with some emotion. They'll be playing with some nerves. But come the second half, McVay will have this team ready. And, of course, Atlanta, they might be playing with nothing to lose, but they just don't have the talent right now to keep up with the Rams, especially in what hopes to be a star-studded event in the first playoff game in Los Angeles, and my God, I don't know how long. Exciting times. Not so exciting times out in Jacksonville. The Buffalo Bills have squeaked into the playoffs, not because they won a game, but because somebody else lost. It was the Ravens, and the Bills got in. The Bills, do they deserve to be in the playoffs? That remains to be seen. I don't think so. I think Jacksonville should destroy them. I think the Jacksonville Jaguars should prove to the world that they are a legit playoff contender regardless of Blake Bortles. I have it handicapped at 6.5 Jacksonville and 41.5 for the over-under. I can't really say whether this game will go over or under. Probably under, I think it's going to be a blowout. I think Jacksonville should beat them 31-6 or something to that regard. The Bills just aren't good, and LaShawn McCoy, I think he's out. Moving now to the real big game of the week. The Carolina Panthers and Cam Newton versus New Orleans Saints, Drew Brees, and Sean Payton. The Saints, who started 0-2, have now won the NFC South. The Saints are a very good football team. The Saints are ready to make a run. The Saints have already beaten the Panthers twice this year. The Saints will win again. We have it handicapped at 3.5, 3.5 for the Saints, and 45 for the over-under for the Saints. I think this game will be a little bit closer. I think it will go under, but I do think the Saints will win. Because traditionally it goes like this. If a team splits the games during the season, the third game is a crapshoot. If a team beats a team twice during the season, they usually beat them the third time, especially if they're at home. The New Orleans Saints will win this game and advance to the next round. It'll be good times. It'll be a good times all around for football. Very, very fun things happening, as we said, especially in the NFC picture. As for the AFC, whoever wins will have to face the Steelers and the Patriots. So what's new? The Patriots, of course, are still the favorite to win it all because they have touchdown Tom Brady and, of course, the great Bill Belichick. We are looking at an NFL season that will hopefully wrap up a heck of a lot better than the season was. Whether they take knees or stand, it won't matter. What matters is we are now in the playoffs and anything can happen. We'll see you next time.